was not an intentional or deliberate murder of either one of them.
Your defense is you lost your mind.
I wouldn't say I lost my mind, but you can say sudden passion, crime of passion, something.
It's a lie. He's not. It wasn't no crime of passion. And I know that for a fact.
Texas inmate Willie Troddy is scheduled to die at 6 o'clock in the evening, September 10th. He murdered his girlfriend and her brother, execution style, in front of 7 children. Troddy admits he's a killer, but now says it was unintentional, hoping that gets him off death row.
Why should anybody care? You shot him dead.
Shot him dead.
You shot him in the back of the head.
I shot him in the back of the head.
That
Yes.
sounds intentional.
I don't know. No, I mean, at that time, I wasn't in my right mind. I was enraged.
Now, capital punishment's in the news because of the botched execution in Oklahoma. But if you're going to talk about capital punishment, you should come to the capital punishment in Huntsville, Texas. I'm going to be honest. I don't have anything against the death penalty. And frankly, I don't care if it hurts. But the question is, if we're going to put people down, are we 100% sure they're the right people? That's the question, is it not? Yeah.
I did a total of 18 and a half years in Texas death row.
So you were sentenced to death a couple times?
I was sentenced to death once and given 2 execution dates.
Anthony Graves was the 139th man in the United States to be exonerated from death row since 1973. Graves was freed after his accuser admitted, just minutes before his own execution, that he lied about Graves' participation in a multiple murder.
It's worth pausing and finding out whether the person is actually innocent or not, because if he is and you execute him, you can't change it. You can't get it back. There's no do-overs, you know? So we can pause when someone is talking about the innocent, and there's evidence that suggests
I'm innocent. Everybody knows it. I want the truth out. I want them to know. I want everybody to know what those people have done to me in Harris County.
Inmate Max Sofar has resided on death row for 33 years. He was convicted with his own confession for a murder at a Houston bowling alley. It was a confession that didn't match the facts, a confession he long ago recanted, a trial where the lone surviving witness was not called to testify.
He has a terrifically low IQ. When he had confessed to mass murder, it's on the record that he turned to the detective and he said, "Can I go home now?" He had no clue what was going on.
Steve Rombaum is Sofar's pro bono investigator.
I've investigated 700-800 homicides, death claims all over the world. There is no question this guy is innocent. There's no witnesses, no forensics. Everything that the police have dug up show that it's in fact another killer.
Man, you are a dumb.
No, you ain't lying.
If there's a place in America that believes in an eye for an eye, then it's Texas. The state carries out 1/3 of the nation's executions. Jim Willett, the former warden at the Huntsville prison, oversaw 89 executions in just 3 years. Retired, he now runs the nearby prison museum.
Ever think there was a possibility any of those 89 might not have done it?
Oh, yeah. But you can't, you have to do it on individual cases. We got to make sure that this guy is the right guy in this case. You can't just go over and say, well, we're not going to have this death penalty anymore because one of them out of however many hundreds or thousands may not be right.
140-some men have been exonerated. So there's no way you can stand here and make me believe that every time you sentence someone to death, you got it right. And if you can't make me believe that every time you sentence someone to death, you got it right, then you should not be practicing the death penalty.
Does the family want you put down?
I'm sure they do. I mean, with all the inconsistencies and stories that they told from the original statements to the trial statements, yes. I mean, it was designed to have me killed.
Then I'm talking to a dead man, aren't I?
Pretty much, in Texas, yes. But only God knows.
I will be at his execution. September the 10th, I will be there.
On his final day, Willie Tyrone Troddy will be served the last meal. He will be walked to the execution chamber, strapped to a gurney, and have an IV inserted in his arm. He will give his last statement if he so chooses, and then he'll be given a lethal injection. Death should come quickly. If no one claims the corpse, Troddy will be buried in the nearby prison cemetery in a plain box, alongside 2,000 other unwanted convicts.